I'm
Was it
checking.
good?
It was very nice. This flavor, drinks taste very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you love it. You give
Yeah,
10 out of 10, or how much? How much would you rate it? 10 out of 10.
I'm
Personally.
rating it is 10 to 10.
10 to 10.
Yeah, but it's very nice.
Everyone, welcome back to the second episode and next episode of opening a cafe, a specialty tea cafe here in Oman in Muscat. So this is a small cabin I have, and I have a couple of things here that are probably essential for running all the trials for the drinks that I'm going to introduce in my cafe. So I have tea powders, I have a coffee machine. This is basically Barista Brew by Philips. It's a single boiler, simple home barista machine, but it does its job. It's pretty good. I can pull decent espresso and decent Teaspresso with it. Right now here I have made a drink which is basically a Teaspresso. So it's basically a refresher with Teaspresso in it and coconut water. So it's a good drink for summer because tea, obviously, as I said, I use black tea that's basically Asamica, so it helps you with caffeine. It gives you a decent amount of caffeine at the same time L-theanine, as usually I say. So I have lots of recipes like this. This is without any sugar, so it only has natural sugar of the coconut water I'm using. Today's main idea is to show you how a Teaspresso drink, a latte, is made. So I'm going to show you Rose Saffron Shaay Latte. Alright, so in order to make a Rose Saffron Shaay Latte, what we need is milk, condensed milk, Rose Saffron blend black tea granules, and espresso machine. So here we go. This condensed milk is kind of special because I made this in-house. So it's basically milk and sugar. It's evaporated and it's steamed. It's cooked until it's get thick and the sugar caramelizes and blends well with the milk, and it gets a nice thick texture. So it's homemade condensed milk that I use for my drinks. So let's keep this aside. So what we do is we start basically with a portafilter. Oh my god, where did I keep my portafilter? Yeah, it happens, sorry. So that's the portafilter. This basket is a double shot basket, but still I'll add around 6 to 8 grams of tea granules, because unlike coffee beans, the tea granules actually expands when it's exposed to hot water or any water. So if I add around 10 to 15 grams of tea granules, the machine will be chocked. So I don't want my machine to be chocked. Even if you're using a proper machine, I recommend, my recipe is around 6 to 8 grams. So this is the black tea blend. It's blended with rose saffron. So basically rose petals aromas and saffron aromas. It's blended, the black tea is blended with it. It's not dust tea powder, it's black tea granules. Okay, now the tea granules is in the portafilter. So what the next step is to lightly tamp it, very lightly. Yeah, now we're gonna pull the shot. So I have I'm gonna pull a single shot. The process will be way slower than whatever time it takes with an actual coffee machine. It's basically a home barista machine, and it's kind of slow. And watch me having a sip of the drink I made, maybe. The next step is to move the decoction. I've moved the decoction, and there's one little step. So this is good quality saffron flavor. So I'll just add some syrup into it. I have proper grams, proper recipe, the amount I'm very sure. Let the decoction sit there for a while. At the same time, I'm gonna froth the milk. We are not looking here for a very velvety thick milk. I need some foam on it. So it's mostly, even though I call it latte, the milk texture is mostly closer to a cappuccino style. So it will have a decent amount of froth on top of it. So let's go. So meanwhile the milk is getting frothed, my editor will show you a very nice, beautiful, classic goal of Lionel Messi. So come back after that.
This time, the boss. Here's Messi, away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How good is he?
Okay, right now the milk is steamed. Let me clean the steam one real quick. I got the milk frothed, textured. I just have to break some bubbles. So I have the decoction here, the frothed milk, and I'm going to introduce the condensed milk into the tea decoction that we just pulled. So the texture is nice. We're gonna mix it well. So a quick thing, so mostly the coffees or the drinks, the hot beverages are meant to be hot, but it's not meant to be very hot where you burn your tongue. I'll just make a simple pour here. It should look nice. Now the final part. This is where the drink actually gets its character. Alright, so I'll just grab some nice rose petals from the blend. These are dried rose petals, and I have something else with me. I have saffron granules with me, so I'll just add few of some beautiful saffron granules on top. So it looks pretty, and you will actually get the aromas when you take your first sip. So that's Rose Saffron Shaay Latte. Ta-da! Just a quick review of the drink. So even though I call this a documentary, I know this is not how you expect a documentary to be. So this is me documenting the process in a very friendly, jovial way. Let me have my first sip.
Nice.
So I'll give you, and I'll try to explain how it tastes. The immediate thing you get when you sip it first is basically the flavor. It's sweet, and then you get the mouthfeel of warm, comfort milk. Alright, then gradually you will get the aftertaste of saffron, and then some aromas and some aftertaste of rose. But since saffron is a flavor that always stays on top, whatever you combine it with, it has much brighter notes of saffron. So why this drink is for someone who want to treat themselves. I have few more variants of chai lattes. I have spiced, where I used specific tea granules that is blended with spices like cinnamon, cardamom, and I call it spiced chai latte. This is for the hydration part because I need a lot of caffeine today, but I don't want to have crash as well. So Teaspresso with coconut milk, yeah. So that's probably the wrap up. That's for today's episode, and I'm planning the third episode will have some people coming in, and I have someone who's been in coffee industry for a long time, and he'll be with us sharing some of his thoughts and experience, and explaining how the coffee industry, the cafe industry in Oman works. And yeah, I'm pretty much excited. So let's see you on next episode. Until then, goodbye.